Hello, everybody!
Hello.
I'm Drew from the Nitwicks.
I'm Raisin.
I'm Mike from Lessons with Mike.
And we have a special guest with us today.
Zach.
It's Zach.
He doesn't really...
Zach.
That's it.
Yep.
That's just Zach from Zach.
I'm from my mom.
And...
Me too.
And
You're
today...
from my mom too?
Yeah, dude.
Brothers.
No.
We're doing more shiny racing videos, and the topic for today is Marvel movies.
They suck now.
I mean,
you're kind of not wrong to a degree. Well, how did you feel about Guardians 3?
I really liked that one. That one was
Actually,
nice.
that made it up really high on
Yeah.
my list. I didn't think it was gonna get as high as it did. But these videos are typically around an hour long, and since there's like 32 movies to get through, we might have to do 2 separate videos.
Well,
when it comes to this conversation.
Here's my idea, right?
We're gonna do the suck first.
Yeah, I think we're doing. Let's do like top 15 worst, and then the next video will be top 15 best.
Well, there's
How about
32 movies.
Okay, fun fact, listeners, me and
about the other
my
two?
pal over here have an episode where we go over our tier list.
On Lessons with
We
Mike.
we never
on
finished
Spotify
that.
We
and
did
Apple.
never finish
We
it.
never finished it.
You guys need to. You're almost done.
Yeah.
We
You
did all
stopped
the
right at the last minute.
We did all the ones we hate, all the ones we were neutral about.
Yeah.
We haven't done the ones we like yet.
But I gave you guys plenty of time to do that, and even space in between that and this episode. So
I'm
I'm
curious
free to
about the
talk
ones y'all
about
like.
it
Yeah,
now.
you can talk about whatever
I
you
can
want.
steal your idea now.
You can do whatever you want, man.
So we're gonna go through our.
It's not like
top
I
tier
own that
list.
idea. It's like a very common idea.
I'm very
Well,
curious about to hear
I
the
stole
ones,
it from you.
Hear the ones you guys like,
Okay.
because all the ones you guys didn't like were wrong.
I feel like there are going to be heated conversations in this because me and Raisin do not agree with the tier list that you had on the podcast.
This is gonna be interesting.
Because like it was these two and Jesse, and they were like. They all just naturally agreed with each other, and I wanted to like scream at my phone. I'm like, "No, you're all wrong."
Well, Jesse will agree with anyone.
That is true.
I kind of forgot which ones you guys hated, but I know it all pissed me off.
Yeah,
My favorite one's the Batman.
the Batman movie.
Yeah, that's my favorite Marvel movie.
No, Batman and Robin.
Oh yeah, you can't forget the Robin.
What about Batman Forever?
Ooh, dude. What about Shazam 2?
They did make it too, didn't they?
That was.
I
Did you
didn't
guys
see the
see the
first
second one?
No.
No.
Like,
There was no marketing for that movie.
It was like a basic hero movie, and like spoiler alert, he dies at the end and then comes back like immediately because the powers of Wonder Woman.
Oh, like
It was very like weird how they set it
Wonder
up.
Woman's in that movie?
Yeah, for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, they spoiled that before the movie came out.
Oh, just like in Batman v Superman.
I didn't know they spoiled it.
Yeah, it was in the trailer.
All right, so let's start at the very bottom of our list, and then we'll work our way up. I'm just gonna
have your list.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. One of these movies is not even. It didn't even make my list.
Which movie is that?
It's the Hulk movie.
I love the whole
I
movie.
don't-
It's so good.
I
It's
don't-
one of the best ones.
Yeah, what is wrong with you?
I don't count it as an MCU
It's one of the.
movie.
Robert
has
Downey
Iron
Jr.
Man.
is in it.
Hold on.
It was like a test movie. To
Hold
see
on.
if,
No, it was
like,
not. It was one of
Hold on.
I think it's at your bottom
I'm
of the
gonna
list.
add to
That's
this.
one of my highest.
That was my
ones.
guess for your bottom of the
In my
list.
32nd place is the Incredible Hulk.
What is wrong with you
Mainly
people?
because I've never seen it.
You are so uncultured.
It's so good. It's a gritty, realistic portrayal of a man's
That's
No,
one of the best
the-
final fights of any
It
Marvel
really
movie.
is.
My
It's so
favorite part
good.
is how they changed the main actor.
I don't like. Yeah, if it was the same actor, I'd probably see it. But like it doesn't feel. I don't know. I just can't get
So-
into it.
Fortunately, I have what we've already discussed for you on this little note.
Beautiful.
So that didn't make my list. So I would just put that at the very, very bottom, I guess.
Well, the ones that did not make my list are the ones I have not seen, which are Eternals, Wakanda Forever, and Ant-Man 3.
Let me tell
You
you.
didn't see
Ant-Man
Eternals?
3?
I haven't seen Ant-Man 3.
Yeah.
It's not worth my time.
Wait, you said
It's
Eternals?
not. I haven't
Did
seen
you
Eternals.
ask if he didn't see Eternals?
Yeah, I thought you had.
No, I haven't.
Oh.
Did you
That's
think
like when they
Eternals
started-
was good?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't think it was good.
Oh,
I'm
thank
surprised
God.
I'm
you hadn't
surprised you
seen it.
missed Eternals. Yeah, I am surprised by that because like
Didn't look good.
that's when Marvel started getting bad.
Okay, here's the thing. The special effects in that movie are very good. And
Yeah.
that's the only redeeming quality.
Better than
about it.
Thor 4.
Oh, that's near the
You
bottom
didn't
of my
like
list.
you didn't like when he did the splits?
The problem with Eternals is it just had way too many characters, and you can't really grow attached to like.
Because
most
they
of
all
them.
die by the end.
Yeah, it's like.
Did they die?
Some
a
of them
lot
died.
of them I know
Most
did.
of
Some
died.
of them died.
I
There was
didn't
just
pay
too many-
attention enough.
There was just too many characters. What was it, like 12 Eternals as the main cast?
And
Yeah.
Blade made an appearance in that film.
Oh god. But
Yeah.
Harry Styles.
And Harry Styles.
And Harry
yes.
Styles.
Blade made
yeah.
an appearance?
At the very end credit scene, he's off camera and he says something.
Through the sword.
Oh, that was him.
Oh,
okay.
Blade go. Oh,
I thought
the
you
sword
actually-
is Blade.
I thought
That
you were
makes
talking about the
sense.
dude. I'm like, he's not black.
No, you didn't see him, but he said something
He
off camera.
Okay.
Zach, was there any movies that didn't make your list? Have you seen all the movies, or is there some that you haven't seen?
I haven't seen Ant-Man 3,
Okay.
and I saw bits and pieces of Wakanda Forever. But those are the only two that I can think of I haven't seen.
What do you mean bits
Okay.
and pieces?
Like the
So-
Like, I watched, like, clips from it.
Oh, okay.
Those are all the movies that did not make our list. So now we can get into the very bottom of our list individually. For my 31st place, let's all say our last place at the same time. You ready, guys?
Incredible Hulk. I already said
3,
it.
2, 1.
Doctor
Age
Strange.
of
Thor.
Ultron. Oh.
Wow, we all said something
We
different.
all picked a different one.
Okay,
Nice.
so for me it was Thor 4 because I thought that was a very
It's pretty bad.
stupid,
It
unneeded
is really
movie.
bad.
It's pretty
The
bad.
comedy is not
What comedy?
The Screaming Goats!
that was funny the first, like, 3 times it
and then
happened.
they kept doing it
Yeah.
nonstop.
I'll agree, but then it it made me laugh whenever they slammed into the planet.
I don't know.
Well,
like
the movie-
they
whatever
saw
that
how successful the director saw how successful the third Thor was because like, hey, guess what? People like comedy, so he wanted to make a full meme instead of a movie itself. Like there was lots of parts in that movie that just full out bothered me. It did not feel realistic. At the very end, Jane comes out of nowhere after like being on like a hospital bed. Do you guys remember that part
Yep.
of the movie?
Yeah.
Like she didn't have access to the Bifrost. She just randomly appears to like save Thor at the last second without
power of
any
plot
explanation.
armor.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
so that like there were so many like plot holes, and then not only that, like Thor didn't feel like Thor. They tried so hard at the comedy. There's like a god that's like made of sushi with an anime face.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was just.
The
It
opening
was just a
scene
throwaway
is good.
gag for a god, and it's just
One of the best scenes in
Christian
I
Bale
think
saved that movie.
any Marvel movie is the Nightmare Realm scene. That is a really good.
That's
Oh, the
pretty
black
cool.
and white.
Yes.
that
Yeah.
was really
that
cool.
was dope.
That's cool. And the opening scene is good.
I don't remember the opening scene.
I didn't like
Christian
I
Bale.
didn't like the
Oh,
opening
yeah,
scene.
that.
I didn't like the opening scene because the god looks so like photoshopped in when he's like speaking.
I
Like,
thought
you
it
can
was.
see you can see like individual body parts moving up and down that were not going like with his body. It was just so weird to look at.
It at least felt serious. It felt like, okay, you understand why Gore hates the
I like
gods.
his character. I will say that. I like the
Christian
villain.
Bale was dope.
Christian Bale was the only good part of the movie.
They
though.
wasted him.
By sheer coincidence, a magical god-killing sword right next to me.
Of course.
Didn't they explain that?
Remember the Guardians were in that movie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The first 5 minutes, I love
They
that.
were so messed up in that
Chris
movie.
Pratt did like coke, speed, meth, and weed all at the same time. That man hadn't slept for 9 days straight.
Well, to be fair, he lost his girlfriend. Like this was right after.
He's just like, I've had it.
That
I
wasn't
can't.
right after.
I can't deal with you.
Pretty much
like,
right after. You saw how depressed he was in Guardians 3.
Well, yeah, but Thor got like skinny and fit again and hot.
Yeah.
And
Are
at
you
the end of
saying-
it-
You still see Chris Pratt before all that, though.
What?
You still see Chris Pratt before all that, though. Before he gets skinny.
don't
Before
really-
Thor gets skinny.
If you say Chris Pratt's name fast, it sounds like Crisp Rat.
Chris Pratt.
Wow. A 10-year-old meme resurrecting once again.
But yeah, that was kind of a missed opportunity. They should have done a Thor Guardians movie, honestly. I feel like
That
that
would
would
have been so
cool.
much better.
But-
I was so excited for that. And then
Here's
it
what
didn't happen.
happened. When they set that up, the Guardians being with Thor, the James Gunn was like, I hope they take Thor out of my movie so I don't have to have him in it all.
He did
and then,
not-
and then
did
the
not
director
like
for
that.
Thor 4 is like, I kind of don't want the Guardians to be in my Thor movie. So like they missed out this like golden opportunity that could have been like actiony and funny and like could have been this weird bro bonding movie.
Yeah, because
And instead they threw it away because I don't want that in my movie.
the interactions between Thor and the Guardians in like Infinity War was pretty funny.
Yeah, I liked that
He's a
part.
space pirate.
I like the stuff with Iron Man better though, like the Iron Man and the Guardians.
That would be
yeah.
That was
I love
fun.
that interaction when they
Yeah.
first meet. That was pretty fun.
That's pretty good.
All right, so I said Thor 4, and we talked about that. So what was the one
Doctor
you said?
Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Okay.
Okay, that's not far off from my
Yeah,
list,
It
honestly.
is the first movie I ever saw in theaters that just made me incredibly angry.
Why, Michael?
Because Charles deserved better.
He really did.
Some would say he didn't.
I'm just going to come out and say I do not like the director of this movie. If you look at this director's movies, all his movies are horror movies, and
Spider-Man.
every
Especially that
character
Spider-Man
dies.
Yeah.
Every character dies in his movies, and it's like not entertaining if you know all the characters are going to die.
Let me tell you something about Spider-Man.
It's like, oh, just don't get attached to anyone because they're not going to last like 5 seconds on the.
He may have directed Spider-Man, but other people were more involved in that movie than him. Whereas in the Doctor Strange, he had a lot more creative control.
His main movies is like horror movies.
Yeah, and he
though,
tried to
that's
make
obviously
it-
what he tried to do.
He tried to make it some horror movie, and the multiverse aspect wasn't even explored. And Charles should have. Charles deserved better.
They were only in like a certain. They were like what 3 dimensions they like truly
Yeah,
explored.
they
And one of
really-
them was like 70% of the movie.
It ruined Wanda.
Yep.
Yes, it did.
Yep.
Even-
I hate Wanda now.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the actress who plays Wanda was like, I'm really surprised he chose this direction for my character. There was
I
like no
still
lead up
kinda
to it
love
whatsoever. Like that's something she
Like
said.
Wanda
She
was
is
one
the
of my
character.
favorites up until this. Like,
I know, for me too. Like I understand like she does have like villain arcs in the comics, but they explored a concept where she keeps messing up and everyone is seeing her as, you shouldn't be a hero, you keep blowing up hospitals and stuff. And like
Valid.
You know things.
but like there was still not enough in between. Oh, I did something bad. I wish my kids were real. To I'm gonna murder everybody. To I'm gonna murder everybody to get these imaginary kids. And like there were so many plot holes. She just could have gone to a universe where she just Rick and Morty'd it. Find a universe where she just died and then take her place.
and Vision was not in the movie at all, and he really should have been. Because why do you care?
I don't think the director cared about.
Why
Vision.
do you care more about your imaginary kids than your actual husband whom you loved?
I don't think she knows if her husband is alive though. Because didn't they fix Vision in WandaVision?
No,
and then
is that Vision or is it the ship of Theseus?
he got his memories?
Nope, it's the ship of Theseus.
What are you saying?
What is
David?
a ship of Theseus?
The ship of Theseus.
What does that mean?
Do you remember in the end of WandaVision where regular Vision walks up to White Vision and says, "Are you really Vision if you have every single part of your body replaced? Who are you?" And then he has this existential crisis and flies away.
I feel like if you have the memories...
That show is terrible.
But
It started off
WandaVision?
good. It started off good.
I liked WandaVision.
I liked it up till the end. Ralph Boner.
Yeah, that's why I hate it. That is why I hate that show.
They shouldn't have gone that direction. What they should have done is when everybody was getting their memories back of who they are, that guy should have still thought, "I'm still Quicksilver," and then it's like, "Wait, what? What do you mean you're still Quicksilver?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm still Quicksilver," and then they can go in depth with his character and be like, "Okay, something's not up." Something like
That could have led into Multiverse of Madness.
exactly
a
like
lot
there was
better.
so much opening for that, and it's like, no, it's just Ralph Boner.
He's just a dude. They're bringing Ralph Boner back.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
The Ralph Boner cinematic universe.
Everything is Ralph Boner. We recast Jonathan Majors with Ralph Boner.
Spoiler alert: Jonathan Majors is probably going to get fired.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
Wait, what? Oh, wait.
Kang.
See I heard about that.
It's not looking
I
good.
think he already is fired.
He's been fired from everything except
They've
Marvel.
talked to a John Boyega to replace
I don't know
him.
about that.
Boyega's a good actor.
I feel like I know this might be difficult, but the actor who played High Evolutionary would be a good Kang.
Yeah, he'd be really good too.
too.
He
bad.
he did an amazing job in that movie, honestly.
Honestly, if you just swap out Kang with the High Evolutionary, that could work.
I just want them to find someone who looks exactly like him more than
Where are we
anything.
gonna
Just
find
because
a
I
new
don't
guy?
like new actors just appearing out of I'm
Like
Kang. I've been
Incredible
Kang this
Hulk.
whole time.
You know, Harrison Ford has replaced General Ross going forward in the future.
Well,
yeah,
that's
because
because
he
Ross had like a
died.
Yeah,
heart
Ross-
attack. Like he kind of had to.
Why not just get rid of his character? I don't think we
'Cause
need
he's
him for
a
any
very
more
good
movies.
character.
I know, but he's
Red
been,
Hulk?
It makes sense. Like like he was really old when the movie started. It kind of makes sense for him to be dead now.
Because
We could just say he died
whatever they're
of old
planning-
age.
Whatever they're planning has to be a big role for General Ross, especially in the upcoming Thunderbolts movie.
That's
Oh,
true. Because
yeah,
like Red
he is
Hulk.
gonna play a big part.
And
in that.
listen, I really liked William Hurt, and I was so excited to finally see him be Red Hulk, and then he just goes and dies.
Yeah.
How dare he?
How dare he die?
The audacity of this man.
Thoughts and prayers.
All right, so Zach, what did you say was at your bottom of the list? I think
Oh,
I heard
Age
it.
of Ultron.
I cannot believe you said that.
I abhor that movie.
Why? There's a
took
lot
me
of effort in that movie.
It took me 3 times to watch that movie because I kept falling asleep.
What?
It is so boring.
Bro, what makes it so boring? You have like the entire cast there, and they start off with a giant action sequence that's really well made.
That's the only good part of that movie.
What?
I
can name more action sequences.
Look, no, okay. Guys, the Hulk, he went crazy again. We better go fight the Hulk. Literally just a repeat of the first one. Or any movie that the
But
Hulk
this time
is in.
you get to see the Hulk
But
Buster.
it was Iron Man this time.
Yeah,
and like
no.
see them destroy a town. It was way more better than like a Hulk just running
Hulk would
through
destroy
a ship.
Hulkbuster. Like, there's no way
That's
around
the start
it.
of the MCU ruining the Hulk character, because every time Hulk fights Hulkbuster, Hulk wins
The
easily.
one time?
Yep.
In the comics and in other media,
Yeah.
Hulk is supposed to win easily.
You could
Yeah.
say he got punched to a part of his brain where he was knocked out of not Scarlett Johansson.
I'm sorry.
Scarlet Witch's
Scarlett Johansson Witch?
Black Widow, by the
Scarlett
way.
Johansson Witch.
Black Widow. By
The Black
way.
Witch.
The Black Witch spell was unknocked.
Sun's getting real low.
That was
Yeah,
so dumb.
and also the Black Widow Hulk love story arc that we explored for 20 minutes and then just gave up. Like, where did this come from?
Remember
Well,
she
they
invited
both
him
found
to
out they
shower
could
with
have
her?
kids, and that was enough.
He was just like, nope, a Hulk has to have Hulklings.
You know what was stupid?
Then we
And
can
now
get
he
then we
does.
can get
And now
old
he has
man
a kid
Logan
somehow.
And now
yeah.
he has a kid.
We gotta have Old Man Logan, and here's why. You can't have
Old Man Logan's dead.
No, he's not. Deadpool 3, it's been confirmed.
Yeah, that's true.
What is Deadpool gonna do? Go back in time, be like, "Hey, you're not done yet," and just take him out of the.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
I feel
yeah.
like that's how it's gonna start.
Ryan Reynolds gave an interview. He said Logan is still canon, and that Deadpool 3 takes place chronologically before the events of Logan.
Okay, that's what I thought they would
Not
do.
it.
Because Logan is the perfect ending.
Because I mean, what Logan takes place in 21 something,
Like 2030.
2030.
Something weird.
That early?
Yeah.
I thought it was like way
Well,
off
no,
in
it
the future.
can't be way off in the future because Charles is still alive.
He's like 90 though.
Well, not anymore.
That's a different Charles. That's not my Charles. Hashtag not my Charles.
Yeah, that was like Uber Charles. He had like the little
Charles.
yellow Uber car.
He just floats around.
That was
would be
not
kinda
my
cool.
Charles.
What was the point of any of that?
It was so
It was
stupid.
I don't understand why you would introduce a character and John Krasinski like
Yeah.
as Fantastic Four just to kill them off in 5 minutes.
Well, he's not even going to be the normal Mr. Fantastic.
I know.
I know.
and
It's
that makes
gonna
me
be
so
freaking
upset.
Kylo Ren.
That
Yeah,
makes me
Adam
so upset. I
Driver.
don't even like Kylo Ren.
He does not look like a Reed Richards.
Like John Krasinski, maybe he hated
Maybe
his
a
role
twitch.
in that movie so much. He's like, no, Marvel's
do this.
Marvel's sucking. I have to take myself out. That had to be what happened.
But Mila Kunis is the thing.
Mila Kunis is the thing.
That sounds like a woman.
It is a woman.
I'm
Jackie from the 70s show.
I'm gonna hate that movie.
I never seen the 70s
It's
show.
not gonna be good. They're gonna ruin Fantastic Four. I'm calling.
They're
it now.
making the thing a woman.
Is she still gonna be shirtless?
Is she gonna have rock boobies?
She's probably gonna have no boobies. It's probably gonna be like a rock man, but with a female voice, like kind of like Korg, but like a higher voice.
Hey man,
Hey man, I'm the thing.
we're gonna get out of here.
Is the Invisible Woman like a black man now? Like, what are they? Are they just gonna change everybody?
It's Will Smith.
It's Will Smith. The thing is Jada Smith.
It's just a
it's
Smith
bald.
family.
Oh, buddy, careful. Will Smith will hit you.
It's just a Smith family.
Oh, he'll just slap you. It's fine. I can take a slap.
I'll just call, who do you slap? Chris Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Rock will defend me.
Chris Rock didn't defend himself.
He was just...
The internet defended him.
Someone walks up to me and slaps me, I would have been like, excuse me, I don't care where
Excuse
I
me,
am.
excuse me."
me.
I would just.
I think he
sue
was
him.
in shock more than anything else.
I think, yeah, I think
he
it
was like, oh.
I mean, he had a lot of time to think about it. Because Will Smith walked up on stage.
He has a whole comedy
He was
special where
probably
he just roasts Will Smith.
Yeah, it's true.
He
It's
was probably
amazing.
expecting a gag to happen when he was walking up on stage because he was like, "Uh-oh."
Thanks for insulting my wife. Here's a hug.
Well, he was laughing about it originally. Like, if you watch the original movie, or not the movie, but
Movie. I love that movie.
if you watch, like, the live feed, like, Chris, he tells the joke, and then it cuts to Will Smith laughing, and then back to Chris, and then Will Smith gets up on stage and then slaps him, and he has this serious face.
It's because Jada wasn't happy.
I know, but, like...
She was just like, honey, defend my honor.
Well, she cheated on him several times.
Yeah.
My
That's
wife's name.
that's the best part about it.
He should have left her, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
that woman does not deserve defending. Okay, well, now we're getting
We're
controversial.
on an
We're getting
ADHD
controversial.
like
Oh,
sidetrack.
This is not what I wanted. All right, Raisin, what was your last Marvel movie?
Eternals.
Makes sense.
Because I couldn't tell you the plot of that movie.
It had a plot.
I think there was a celestial coming to Earth. No, the Earth was gonna birth a celestial,
Yeah.
and basically that movie proved Thanos was right.
Yeah, pretty much. The reason for that is every planet is basically a celestial egg, and when a certain amount of souls are on the planet, they get absorbed into the celestial, and then the celestial hatches from the egg, which is kind of a cool concept. And, you know, since it has to be a certain amount of souls, Thanos snapping half, the populations away,
It fixed it.
yeah, it fixed it. So, yeah, Thanos was right, and Thanos was actually an Eternal, if you guys did not know that.
It's true.
Yeah.
It was.
So,
Harry Styles is what, his brother or something like that?
Yeah.
Some weird
I don't get it.
yeah.
He's not purple.
yeah, I guess they're, not related by blood. That's all
Prove
I
it.
can tell you.
Maybe Thanos is just like deformed.
All right, for my... I have to get out my list now, because I only had my last one memorized. For my next one on the list, I put Multiverse of Madness.
Good man.
For the same reasons Mike gave earlier.
It sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
It was a waste of a good multiverse movie. They could have teamed up with John Krasinski and
And
did
Charles
something
deserved
with
better.
them other than kill them off immediately and show that Wanda is literally God.
Why is he so weak in that movie?
Charles
don't know.
literally is the most powerful telepath. If you've seen X-Men: The Last Stand, Jean Grey, I think, is stronger than Wanda because Jean Grey can manipulate reality.
No, Jean Grey was not in Multiverse of Madness.
Hear me out, though. Charles had a tougher fight with Jean Grey than he did with Wanda.
That's true.
That is true. That is very true.
And she had the Dark
This
Phoenix.
wasn't the same Charles.
What?
This Charles just sucks. How did they survive their Thanos snap?
How did
they
this
survive
Charles
any of
do
that?
anything?
Like,
Maybe-
and John Krasinski. Hey, I'm the smartest man in the world. Gets killed immediately from something stupid he says.
It was cool, I guess, to see Black Bolt.
Hey,
It was kind of cool.
And he was the first one to get killed. He had no screen time.
And now he has no mouth.
He has no mouth or brain.
Black Bolt has a secret to tell you, Wanda.
I also hate...
Come in close.
I think this movie was almost sued for false advertising as well. Just because it did not give off the impression that it was a horror movie. It should have been rated R.
It was a
know,
lot more. The violence
It
was
shows
a little...
someone's brain exploding and then, like, their eyes going bloodshot. Like, these aren't things you can put in a PG-13 movie.
But they did.
It's almost like they're paying someone to say, hey, can we just keep it PG-13?
I
It's
feel
better
like-
for,
Remember when
money.
Nightmare was going to be the villain?
That would have been so
That
better.
would have been
That would have
better.
worked as a horror movie.
That would have been so cool.
But then they kicked out Scott Derrickson.
Because it's funny, because Doctor Strange 1 is actually one of my top ones, but
yeah, for
Well, it's
me
different.
too, actually.
You know, I mean, it's something.
it's
where
not the same character. I mean,
Yeah.
he's supposed to be really smart. He doesn't seem too smart in this one.
He just seems like a little crazy. That whole movie felt rushed.
It really did,
I
yeah.
mean, look at the CGI of that movie.
There's like, it feel like at least 2 hours of that movie.
You remember the
that's
tentacle
just
monster
cut. Oh yeah,
at the beginning?
that
Yeah.
was
That was great.
kind of boring. I don't know. I
I
really
remember
like
when
that.
I was sitting through the movie, for the first like 30 or 40 minutes, I was really bored, and then
long.
Wanda, it suddenly was announced, Wanda's bad. I was like, oh, that's a weird twist. Maybe things will get better.
That should have been Wanda from a different universe.
Yes.
That would have fixed a lot of plot holes.
Or you could have said like, oh, Wanda's bad, but like halfway through the movie she redeems herself and whatever because she isn't over what happened in what was it, Westeros or something? Like, I don't know, man.
What should have happened?
They should have showed her character development. It was just so quick from, oh, I'm sad, I'm gonna destroy every single multiverse until I get my imaginary kids.
Well, that's how I kind of am sometimes, though.
I don't think I've ever seen you that upset.
They should just gave Wanda a Snickers. Like, that would have solved
You're
it.
not-
You want you when you're hungry.
I will say there is one part of that movie I actually did like,
Wong.
and that was the end.
When
where,
it was over.
No.
The end credits.
It was when Doctor Strange took over the body of another Doctor Strange
That
he
was
buried.
cool. The zombie Strange.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
I
then
did
used
like that.
souls as a cape. Like that was actually really cool.
The CGI is actually pretty good with that too. It's like,
That-
aw.
That's where the budget
Like
went.
if I go back to watch that movie, I'm just gonna skip to that part and watch that part alone, and that's it.
Watch the 5 minutes.
Yeah, because that part was actually that gave me some chills actually.
One thing I was super excited for was Mordo, and then Mordo doesn't
Hey,
in the
he was an
movie.
afterthought.
Yeah, like Mordo, like in the end credits of Doctor Strange 1, I was so excited to see Mordo and Strange
Hey,
fight.
Doctor Strange
They implied
3,
that
baby.
they're just enemies off screen. Like they've had tons of battles. You just haven't seen it.
Oh yeah.
Like that
And
was
then-
dumb.
Well, what about Simp Doctor Strange at the beginning?
Simp Doctor Strange.
Dr.
Going,
Simp.
Doctor Simp.
going to the wedding of his ex-lover.
Oh yeah.
We all do that,
That was the
right?
only part that felt like a Doctor Strange movie.
It's like, this is just Dr. Awkward. Like, this is just like, this is uncomfortable.
I kind of liked that because it was showing his character of I chose the life of crime fighting rather than having a
Does he really
relationship
fight
with
crime?
you.
And then he tries to fight crime.
I don't think he's ever fought any crime.
I don't know if I
Well,
would
he
call
fought
that
the
crime.
he fought the octopus monster right after.
I wouldn't call that crime.
And I think, who was it that ended up beating the octopus monster? It wasn't him, though, was it?
He like sliced it in half,
Yeah,
right?
he poked its eye out.
Oh, is he the one who beat
Yeah,
it?
that
Okay.
the
Yeah, he
violence in
grabbed
that
like a
movie,
street
yeah.
pole
That-
with his imaginary hands and like yeet straight into the eye, and the eye went.
Oh, let's not forget Clea just randomly showing up at
Yeah.
the end, and she's like, "Okay, Dr. Cyclops, let's go fight monsters."
That was the dumbest ending because he's just walking around the street and then suddenly has a really bad CG third eye.
That was
Yes, a lot
what
of people
was
made fun of that
happening.
CGI.
And then in the end credits, he's normal. It's so weird.
They
No, he
should
still
have
had the
used
third eye.
the Doctor Strange from the What If.
That was good. I was,
Yes, that I did like that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we talked about my number 2 slot. What was your number 2
Oh,
slot?
it's Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other reasons than what I gave earlier?
Everything was ruined, and Zeus was ruined because there's some alternate scenes
Oh.
of Zeus that were actually done differently that I thought were really a lot
Oh,
better.
yeah.
I haven't seen.
Did he
those.
still curtsy his way
No,
down the stairs?
They made him serious.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it
I would
was-
have preferred a serious Zeus. That movie was way too stupid.
He like trained like Thor and how to use the lightning bolt.
Yeah, it was much better. And then there's this trend in movies, and I don't know how to explain it other than over-sexualization of men for comedic purposes. Whereas
Yeah.
if you do it for a woman, it's a problem. It's a double standard, is what it is.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. There's,
Yeah.
and for those who don't know, there's a scene where, for comedic effect, Thor is stripped naked, and like,
Butt naked.
if it was a woman,
Yeah, but he's
that
hot.
would not have passed.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad did not like that part of the movie. Let me tell you, this movie, I've seen so many Marvel movies with my parents. Both of my parents walked out on this movie, and I was just in the theater alone with like 2 people down in the front row and like one guy behind me, and that was it. And like this was opening night, and I'm like, this is pathetic.
Remember when they made Korg gay?
You know,
No, they made his dad's gay, which they
But
got
they're
rid of
all-
his mom
when
entirely.
He also said a mom.
He said he had a mom, so his mom's just no longer existent.
That's true. And then they said they're all male. And
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute.
Because in Ragnarok, he's like, yeah, like I made a pamphlet for the revolution, and my mom came with her boyfriend, who I hate.
I don't have a problem with movies like having LGBT characters, but when it's so forced and pushed like that, it takes me out of the movie.
It's like doing it just to do it.
Exactly. It's like, let's just get rid of his mom and add a dad just for the sake of, hey, let's make it gay. And it's like, no, just have an original gay character if you want to do that. Like, don't just strip away characters and change characters and like,
For the sake of doing it.
yes,
Yeah.
it just doesn't feel right. It feels like it's too pushy of a motive. Like, hey, let's go make conservatives angry. I don't want politics in it. Like, just make it feel realistic.
I do like me.
Because realistically, there's about 3 or 4% of the population is gay. So it makes sense to have 3 or 4% of your characters be gay.
Zach, what was your next one on the list?
Oh, Captain Marvel.
Okay, I can kind of understand this.
Oh well, I have a supporter on my side
Yeah,
with this
it
one.
was so
tell
boring.
me your
Hey, let me
reasons.
tell you my next one. Captain Marvel.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay, so both of you agree.
Okay. First off,
Tell us how boring that movie was.
when you first meet Nick Fury, okay, you think that Nick Fury is like, this like battle-worn vet, lost his eye while he was getting scooped out by in the Vietnam War. And you find out it was because a little kitten just gave him a little scratch.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh no, I'm blind. Moving on.
Yeah, he didn't react like anyone would.
I'm sorry. If a cat scratches my eye, I am blind. I am milking that and suing the owner.
Yeah,
like
she doesn't have an owner, probably.
No, none of that. And also, yes, the movie is very boring. Captain Marvel is like, okay, you ever seen Ed, Edd and Eddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the plank?
Yeah.
Okay, that plank has more personality than Brie Larson in that entire
Can
movie.
we do an AI retelling of Captain Marvel where Plank is
We're playing
Wasn't it
this Brie
Planky?
Larson.
Planky?
Was he
I
planky?
kind of want to animate that.
Captain Plank.
But, like,
I love that.
my criticism with that movie is mainly Brie Larson in general. Because she's like...
Is that a personal attack?
Yes.
No, it's not a personal attack. It's me just not liking her.
She's great in King Kong.
She is
was
in King Kong, yeah.
Yeah, I liked her in King Kong, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe this movie will be good.
Maybe it's the director's fault that they gave her, no personality.
I think
But-
it is.
But also, all the other Marvel characters don't get along with her because she's very cocky. And, she's like, my movie's not for everyone. My movie's for specifically girls. It's like, Marvel movies are supposed to be for everybody. Why are you
Yeah.
trying to make this so sexist?
It's like Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like I never went to watch Wonder Woman and went, wow, this is a girl movie. It's,
I went to Wonder Woman to see Gal Gadot.
Dude, Wonder Woman is really good.
She's
Wonder
hot.
Woman was a very good movie. That's all they had to do for, Captain Marvel. If they want a serious woman character, make it don't make it a
good.
preachy message.
And I
Put
know,
Zack Snyder in it. All of a sudden, you've solved the problem.
let me tell you, I know Wonder Woman 2, 1984 is not received very well, but I was bawling my eyes out at the end of that movie. In the end, with Pedro Pascal, his dad, the kid was like, Dad, my only wish was to hang out with you.
Pedro Pascal was in that movie?
Yes.
Yeah,
Have you not
he was-
seen that movie?
He was Maxwell Lord.
Life is good, but it can be better.
Have you not seen this movie, Raisin?
The second Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
I've seen it, I just don't remember what happened.
I only remember.
I remember
the
a
Jaguar.
Catwoman was in there.
He gets a magical rock and then...
Huh? Oh, you're
It's-
thinking of Cheetah. I'm like, Catwoman.
Yeah,
It's so...
I said a cat space woman.
a cat like one. He's like, I wish to be in charge of the Middle East.
Yeah, bro, you could have just said, "I want to be in charge of the world." Why limit yourself? And I wish no one could stop me. Done.
And it was so awkward. People would sell, people had to say to him, I wish. So people were like, man, I want an ice cream. Don't you mean you wish you had an ice cream?
That movie is so uncomfortable.
It's very strange, but
Notice Zack Snyder was not involved in that
He was
movie.
not.
I don't expect a lot from DC movies.
We can save this for the DC.
Yeah, we can make a DC tier list of.
But I think, Drew, what's your next one?
Well, I want to say one more thing about Captain Marvel first. Like I said before, she just did not get along with the other actors. And I remember this one interview where it's Thor and Captain Marvel being interviewed at the same time, and they she's just so cocky and man, I'm the most powerful character. And Thor's like, no.
He's just looking at her like, yeah.
He's
you
like,
are.
no, you're not. And she's like, yeah, I am. And it made me just hate her as a person.
When she was yeeted across the screen in Endgame.
Everyone cheered.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's really bad if you're not rooting for your prize hero. But, okay, we're gonna move on to the next one. For mine, it's Eternals. For the exact reasons we all gave. I don't think I need to get too into it. Because, like I said, there's just too many characters. The story bored a lot of people. I kind of liked the lore, but I feel like it also could have been handled a little bit better. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Oh, and the, what was the character that's I'm stuck as a kid? Do you remember that? Oh, you haven't seen the movie.
Oh, yeah.
I forget her name.
I know who you're talking about, and I'm trying to remember who that
But,
is.
it kind of made me slightly uncomfortable, because I'm
kind of would.
I kind of don't want there to be like a romance between like an adult and a kid, and I didn't know if they were gonna go that way or not.
Did they go that way?
No, they didn't go that way, but I
Okay.
feel like they were pushing it because like she does have a crush on someone, and she's like really young. It's like,
It's just a weird movie.
She only
yeah, it
looks
just
really
made me slightly uncomfortable thinking about it, I guess. But that's all I have to say about Eternals.
Remember Angelina Jolie was in the movie and she was just having panic attacks the entire time?
Yeah.
That was great.
Remember when Selma Hayek was in that movie for 4 minutes?
Oh, yeah.
And they were like, hey, guys, we got a actual actress. And then they kill her.
Yep.
Hmm.
There's just not a lot of good direction. Like, I feel like the director could have done a lot better with those characters in the movie in general. But anyways, Mike, what's yours?
You're sure you want to know?
Uh-oh.
Is this
Let's
is
go.
where we're gonna get upset?
It's Spider-Man:
I-
Homecoming.
I'm not that upset.
That's
Okay.
not. It's not Spider-Man. It's not. It's a perversion, is what it is.
Perversion.
It's a spider lad.
It's.
I liked Spider-Man because it actually instead of like going I'm mature immediately after getting powers and losing Ben, it's still just a kid trying to deal with superpowers.
That's fine. Be a kid all you want. I don't care. That's not why I don't like it. Spider-Man, as a kid, is not supposed to have this sophisticated AI kill switch in his head.
I kind of liked that though. Like it gave him a connection with Iron Man, and like it also gave for like
Spider-Man is
more-
not supposed to have a connection with Iron Man.
Well,
at this-
he
yeah.
does.
We've gotten so many Spider-Mans where he doesn't have a connection,
and
You
they were
want
all
another
better.
one?
Yes.
You want another
Yeah.
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man
with
is supposed to be his own thing.
Give him another Tobey Maguire. He'll
Well,
be
now
happy.
he is, Michael.
I'm glad he is now. No,
Just watch the original trilogy if that's all you want.
It's
He has
why
nothing
it's the
to do with
GOAT.
Iron Man
It's
in
the
those
Holy
movies.
Trinity.
Like now you have options because they're all technically canon. So-
what if I told you guys that the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans were the worst ones?
What if I told you that no one cared if you died tomorrow?
I'd be fine with it.
what if I told you that the worst Spider-Man movie is
I swear to God. I swear to God.
Amazing Spider-Man 1?
No, two.
The first one?
No,
What?
It's the best one.
What?
It's so good.
No,
Really?
it's so good.
The second movie got so much backlash for
I
no
love
reason.
the second one.
They said there's too many villains, and then
There's two of them.
and then when like Infinity War and Endgame came out, there's like 30 main characters, and like everyone's like, hey, this is pretty great.
No,
It's like they just wanted a reason to complain.
I hope they hated No Way Home then.
You killed Norman Osborn in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Harry Osborn.
But Dane DeHaan?
I love Dane DeHaan.
No, he's not James Franco.
Well, no one's James Franco.
Exactly.
Not even James Franco.
If anything, he's Dave Franco.
Look, one thing, I didn't like Ned at first because
He's growing on me.
he has grown on me too, but
He exists.
he does. Spider-Man's best friend is supposed to be Harry. It's not supposed to be Ned.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
to
but
be
like
fair,
Ned is
is
still
in
like
the
a
comics.
character though. Like,
Yeah.
Well, now he's going to college. Now he's going to meet the Harry Osborn of this universe.
and I kind of didn't want a third Harry Osborn. It's like they saw what was the common theme in the other two versions of Spider-Man, and they're like, let's try to do something different this time around. And I can respect that. And like the first Spider-Man, yes, he has interactions with Iron Man. I'm sorry that makes you so upset. But like it made it different. It's like, oh, I'm not watching Tobey Maguire again for
Yay!
the 6th time in a row.
Spider-Man is supposed to be about his own struggles. They should have explored
Then
his
go watch the
relationship.
original trilogy. It's still canon.
You know,
That's
Don't
all
let
you have
go.
to do.
technically,
You have options.
all the X-Men films are now canon.
Technically, everything's
I
canon.
can't remember like most of those.
I haven't
movies.
seen
They,
most
They
of the
all
X-Men.
blend in after watching them like side by side.
The X-Men movies are weird because half of them are really good and then half of them suck.
Yeah, and like I can't remember which one's which.
The only X-Men movie I've seen is Days of Future Past.
That's the best one.
Oh, good. I don't
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah,
watching
that's pretty
Apocalypse,
good.
and I'm like, I can't
That's
remember.
probably the worst.
Yeah,
No, Dark Phoenix is the worst.
I remember that one
I
too. I didn't like.
enjoyed parts of Dark Phoenix.
I didn't like either of them.
Apocalypse was okay.
Apocalypse is terrible.
It's okay.
I agree with Zach. Apocalypse, it was pretty bad.
I watched it the first time and I was like, this isn't bad. And I tried watching it again, and halfway through it, I turned it off.
I
My
just-
favorite part.
This isn't good.
I was just bored. There's like so many
Learning,
characters I didn't care about.
learning. Where he touches.
Oh
the
yeah,
Oh,
learning.
I didn't know what you were doing.
It was part of a movie.
Wow.
Zach, wait.
Yeah.
Who are we on? Is it Zach?
Zach's turn.
Zach, what did you have for your third worst slot?
You know, I might have to change mine because we did this after, I think, Doctor Strange and Thor
we did
came
this
out.
right after Doctor Strange, but before Thor.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to change mine to Thor.
Yeah, I
4.
did that. I changed mine.
Okay,
to
fair
Thor, yeah.
point. Anything you want to add on that one?
Not really. I think the only thing that I'll add is the whole thing with Jane was just random. Because, like, in Thor 3, you're just like, oh, okay, they broke up, cool, whatever. And then Thor 4, it's just like, oh, yeah, she's just been dying of cancer this whole time. Like,
It was weird. And it almost felt like they were setting up, like, hey, we're going to get rid of Thor and make a woman Thor now. And I'm like, I was kind of surprised when they decided to kill her off anyways at the end.
I thought it was
That's
going to be
everything too,
like...
you just kill her?
I
Like, huh?
Because they're replacing all the characters with minorities and women. So, like, I thought that was going to happen with Thor, even though he
What's the
said...
difference?
I thought that they were going to do that with him, because... I was hoping they wouldn't, because Thor... Chris Hemsworth said he would keep making these movies as long as they wanted him. So they could literally put Thor in, like, 60 movies from now.
I want to see a really old Chris Hemsworth play a version of old King Thor.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Wait for that.
All right, Raisin.
My also one is Thor: Love and Thunder.
Okay. Anything you want to add on that?
It sucked.
Agreed.
Such an astute observation.
Absolutely agree with
It
that.
sucked
We're
big doo-doo.
We're gonna move to our fourth one. This one might be slightly controversial.
Stinky poo poo.
I don't know how controversial this one will be.
Big donkey dingleberries.
All right.
Pinch that movie off. Get it out.
For my fourth one, I have Black Widow.
Eh.
They did her dirty.
Let me tell you, Yelena is one of the best characters that's been introduced in the past few years.
I love
But
Yelena.
Red Guardian.
She's all right, and I do like Red
He's
Guardian.
cool.
Red
I
Guardian
like
was
Red
funny.
Guardian.
I don't like how she just forgave her mom, and she just forgave him. She's like, yeah,
that
that's
was
fine.
That was weird. I feel like this movie just didn't have a lot going for it, and also this was after Black Widow died. It was such a misplaced
It was
movie.
odd. This
It was
was
very
also-
odd. You can't have the same connection watching it,
This was also
knowing that
the
she's already dead.
first movie after COVID.
It should have came out before Endgame.
It should have, yeah.
That would have made Endgame's thing more impactful.
Here's
I
what you
agree.
do, right?
I agree with that.
You have the Black Widow movie, and then after that, Infinity War, and then Captain Marvel, and then Endgame.
Yeah, because it's during Civil War, or like
Yeah.
right after Civil War happens. So, yeah.
It's the whole feeling of knowing that she died for kind of a really sucky reason, and then just
Well, she's not ever coming back because she sued Marvel.
yeah, like that's another thing we can talk about. Like Disney Plus was really wanting a lot more viewership, so they released her movie like a week after it was out in theaters.
Yeah.
Like that absolutely bombed the sales that she would have gotten directly from the theater profits. So she had every right to sue.
Yeah, I would have sued too.
And like it kind of sucks because she was so invested in Black Widow. Like she got matching Avengers tattoos with some of the cast because she was so like excited to have that role, and then just to have it bombshelled on her, like, yeah, well, I guess we'll give you one movie. It'll be after you're dead though.
Yep.
And then you wanted the same profits as everybody else? No. We want Disney Plus to do better. It just really falls apart. It's hard to enjoy that movie because there's so many bad things that follow
I
after
mean,
it.
you had to pay to watch it on Disney Plus.
No, you did, and then I just used your account.
You're right. No, I didn't
The
pay for it.
Moocher.
Oh man, there's always one.
I didn't pay for it.
That's Drew's secret identity. The Moocher.
Oh, by the way, I have HBO Max if any of you guys want it. I got rid of my Netflix because they kept threatening their viewers. Be like, hey, we're gonna increase the pay to $30 if you're sharing with people.
We're gonna
And
come
I'm
to
like,
your house.
guess what? Now you're getting nothing. And then I never subscribed back because I was tired of being.
What is
threatened.
on Netflix that's even enjoyable anymore?
Kaleidoscope. I've been
Stranger
meaning to watch
Things.
that.
Yeah, you haven't even watched it. You're just like, that looks like something I will watch.
Yeah, it looks good.
They forgot their entire business model is just based on them being slightly more convenient than piracy.
Yeah.
They totally forgot about that. It's so easy to pirate things. I just wanted to watch it on my TV, but no, I guess I'll just pirate online
Yeah,
now.
it's like computer it is.
Like, I'm tired of being threatened by a multi-million-dollar company. Because they can't get as good as... they can't get their money that they lost when everybody else decided to make streaming services. So, Mike, what was your next one on the list?
My next one is Thor Ragnarok.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Uh-oh. Some strong words will be had here, Mr. Michael.
For so many people, this is an A, like a top tier A list.
No. It ruined Thor. It ruined Hulk. It ruined Odin. Ruined Loki. Everything was ruined.
It's the only halfway decent one with Hulk in it.
Yeah.
I don't like... They made Hulk really stupid, and...
Wait, you think he's supposed to be smart?
No, it's like... The things they did with his... They made him like a little...
May I introduce you to Professor Hulk?
They made him like this whiny child. He's not supposed to be a whiny child. He's supposed to be an angry thing. Not like a childish thing, like an angry adult thing.
His brain is peanut-sized.
And one thing. Remember when Valkyrie just like tases him? If they have these magical tasers that can just tase everyone...
Yeah, a lot of people pointed that out. Thor should not be tased at all. He's the god of thunder.
I feel like that's kind of ironic, but it's kind of funny.
I guess, but like at the same time, it's like it doesn't make much sense. If you can
Jeff Goldblum, though.
if you can survive
Yeah.
having lightning bolts through your body at all times and be able to kill people with those said lightning bolts, but you can't take like 1/5 of that.
He can't take it himself.
There were
He
too
can
many
dish it out.
jokes. There were not enough serious moments. And anytime there was a serious moment, like when Thor and Loki are in the elevator having a serious conversation,
Let's do Get Help.
and then Thor just throws Loki at someone.
I like
That was great!
I like
the
that.
devil's anus, Michael. The devil's anus.
They ruined all the serious stuff. Like, Grandmaster can be funny, that's fine. But not everything can be funny. You shouldn't make Odin's...
It wasn't really funny.
There was too many jokes.
You know something I just realized?
What?
Okay, so this is, I guess, not really a spoiler for the Mario movie. But you know the part where Mario fights Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
That's literally just Thor versus Hulk. Like, that scene almost verbatim.
I don't know if that's
I know, it pretty much is.
Yeah,
right?
it pretty much is.
I haven't seen the movie, I wouldn't know.
I feel like Thor had a better chance than Mario did in that movie. Because Mario was getting, like, absolutely belly-whopped. Thor, he still stood a chance. He's still a god and still threw a good amount of punches.
Thor the God or
Mario was just running throughout the entire gladiator scene until he could find a good power-up.
Thor
It's
should have
a
taken
meme.
I would
that
not
fight
call
more
him
seriously.
Thor.
Chris Pratt.
That fight, Thor's character didn't make any sense. He's supposed to be a serious person.
They saw how bad Dark World did.
I
because he
like
was
Dark
serious.
World.
Well, it was, for the longest time, it was the lowest rated.
I didn't love
Marvel
it, but
movie.
it was okay.
So they decided to switch it up, and I feel like Thor 4 had way too much comedy. Thor 3 had a good amount, maybe a little bit too much, but I still felt like the story was fun, the characters were fun. You might not have liked Hulk in that movie, but you have multiple Hulk movies where he is...
No,
that
there's
threatening
one
character.
Hulk
Go-
movie
go
where
watch
he's
your
good.
The
Incredible
Incredible Hulk.
Well,
Go
that one
watch
didn't
that
make my
one.
list, so it
Go
doesn't
watch that
exist.
one and wallow in self-pity how your precious
love-
Edward Norton isn't Bruce Banner anymore.
First of all, Edward Norton has been the best Bruce Banner we
he's
have ever
too
had.
good looking
What?
to be a
You
doctor.
can't be that smart and that good looking.
So what do you want? Just like ugly like Bruce Banner?
And that's what we got.
Also,
We got Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo, I want
like
to
Mark
apologize.
Ruffalo.
I want to apologize because you have aged 30 years in 5 years. I don't know what you're doing.
Are you
Mark
apologizing to Mark Ruffalo?
I am, yes.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo is a big fan of the Dipwicks.
Mark Ruffalo
He
is
looks
the most
so
awkward
old.
man. He is so awkward. He's just like,
I love that awkward, though.
I'm Bruce Banner. I'm angry. Rawr. like that is just like Mark Ruffalo couldn't fight a mouse. Like do you really think
And yet he
like
fought the Hulkbuster.
I saw a video where it was clips from the first Avengers with Banner and Tony, but like sexual music was playing in the background.
yeah,
I
it
think I've
works.
seen that.
Yeah.
I didn't like Ragnarok. I was expecting a really cool,
And we got it.
dramatic,
We got it.
serious movie.
It was marketed weird, I will say. I thought it was going to be serious too.
No. Based off the trailers?
Yeah.
yeah.
No, the trailers looked stupid. It was funny. It was like
No.
it was so like, yes, this looks great. It's gonna be so stupid.
and Mike agrees
In the
with you on
trailer,
that.
you see Thor go, "Yes, he's a friend from work."
That was okay. After that, they should have had a serious fight.
They did.
They did.
Thor kept joking the whole time.
What do you mean?
Name one joke he did it during that battle.
Well, they weren't very funny, so I don't remember.
Name one joke. I think you just.
I didn't laugh, therefore not funny.
I think you just perceive things as jokes when they're not jokes. It's like, he got hit with a hammer.
Funny.
And plus,
Oh wait,
Korg
no,
is
he got
great
hit with
in
a
that
hammer.
movie.
That wasn't that funny.
That is not real Korg. I grew up. If you see the animated
You
Planet...
don't like Korg?
No, I don't. I don't like Korg. Go watch the animated Planet Hulk film.
It's
to get
not
a real...
good.
What?
It's not
What do you
good.
mean it's not good?
The only good animated of those Marvel movies is the one with Hulk and Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
That's the only good one.
Here's the problem. You had way too high expectations of comic book characters to the point where anything that you see in a movie, you're just going to automatically dislike if it's not exactly like the comic book movie that you've seen, which is a parody of the comic book itself.
It just...
Alright, Zach.
All right, Zach, yeah. Next one. Fourth one on the list.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to. Well, I might keep mine the way it is because I hate this movie. Iron Man 3.
Boo.
It's the worst of the 3 Iron Man movies.
Boo.
It's first off, Tony Stark with PTSD.
That's a really good exploration.
No, it's not.
I actually did
it's-
like that.
No.
It's good
So,
representation.
You're saying boo, you disagree with it.
Yeah, I disagree.
At first, I thought you said, yeah, boo Iron Man
No,
3.
I'm booing Zach's bad opinions.
Okay.
And also, who was it? Was it Killian was 3?
Aldrich Killian.
Yeah. Okay. First off, let's just talk about the fact that how Pepper just has these magical powers
For like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
that
and
was
then
strange.
we-
I thought
and
she was
we-
going to be
Because
amazing.
she got bonked.
I thought she was going to become a superhero. after
Yeah,
that.
and they never explored any of that.
Because she got it taken out.
What if
That
she-
was stupid to take it out.
They should do a what if where she leaves it in. See what happens.
It's also very boring.
No.
Yeah, it's no.
I liked it because Tony
Also,
has to...
the Mandarin. Let's talk about the Mandarin.
The fake
You'll
one?
never see me coming.
I like
Okay,
I
no.
like fake Mandarin. And I like how he's in Shang-Chi.
Well, in Shang-Chi, they actually kind of redeem it.
Yeah,
I know, but that
Shang-Chi.
makes me like Iron Man 3 again. It's like... What was his name? Thomas?
Trevor.
What's that? Trevor.
Trevor.
It's like... Oh, I lost my phone. It's like...
I'm Trevor. I'm an actor.
I like Trevor. And like now that I get to see him in Iron Man 3 knowing he's like that person, it's just funny.
See, I
it's
liked
like
it.
he's really pretending to be the Mandarin.
I
right
liked
now.
it because it was an unexpected plot twist.
Just because it's unexpected doesn't mean it's good.
It was a nice twist. It wasn't predictable.
I liked all
Good
the-
family movie.
I liked seeing every single Iron Man suit that's ever been thought of in the comics
Blow up.
appear in that movie.
And
And
blow
like,
up.
well, before they blow up, they were all fighting together remotely, which was really cool.
Yeah, the fights were really cool.
Pepper, I felt like she should have kept her powers. The beginning of the movie, where Iron Man is like on top of the world and he thinks he can take on anyone and then gets nuked. I thought that was actually pretty cool. It made a little suspense.
Yeah.
It's like,
and then he had to use like regular abilities and stuff without a suit. to
he
break
got,
in,
he lost a lot.
He had to
and he had to
MacGyver.
start over. I like that concept.
You know what my favorite part of that movie is when it's like his house gets blown up and like all this stuff is happening and he never once thinks of calling any of his friends. Like, where's Captain America?
Yeah,
Where's the Hulk?
What's
Where's...
Captain America gonna do? Run his way to the...
But like, he's
Captain
just
America don't have a phone.
that is true. He'd have to get in touch with Nick Fury. Nick Fury would have to assemble the Avengers once
Civil
again.
War was the first time we ever saw Captain America with
I
a
think
phone.
Captain America's still wondering why women can drive. I think that still is baffling this man. He's looking around just like, huh?
Mine was also Black Widow.
Okay.
Who said Black Widow?
I said Black Widow
Yeah,
for
it
my,
sucked.
I think my third movie.
Yeah, it wasn't
I
good.
believe.
It sucked. A lot of hype was built around it. I was very excited for it, and then it sucked.
It just could have been better. I agree with that.
Not enough of General Ross. More Ross, please.
And like I said, because she's already dead, it kind of feels weird watching it now.
I was so excited for the story of Budapest.
Uh,
Hawkeye wasn't in it.
Yeah, Hawkeye should have been in it.
Hawkeye got ran over by like a Zamboni.
Oh,
or
that
something,
was
didn't he?
after.
I'm gonna step on some toes with
First
my
of all,
next one.
snowplow. Not a Zamboni.
Oh, what is the difference?
Zambonis are the things that cleans the hockey courts.
Remember when Deadpool killed someone with a Zamboni?
That was so funny.
Where's France?
That movie had too many jokes. There wasn't enough
No,
seriousness.
Deadpool's not supposed to be serious.
Exactly.
Thor is supposed to be serious.
I'm so glad Charles is dead.
What? No! Charles is probably coming back for Deadpool 3.
Probably is.
This man just says things.
Is it Uber
because-
Charles? Bring back Uber Charles. Redeem Uber Charles.
I saw a meme where like it was him like grinding on like a rail and
Yep.
that thing. It was funny.
My next one is Wakanda Forever.
I haven't seen it.
The problem was it was just such a hard project to handle. If you're a kid going into this movie and don't know that the main actor died, you're just going to be automatically surprised and shocked.
Because you were
to see
living
the
under a
character-
rock this whole time.
Yeah, this main character is now being killed off screen, and you kind of have to put the puzzle pieces together if you're a kid. And it's like, what just happened? And like, I understand they didn't want to CGI him and try to bring respect, but like, because of that, it felt like the whole movie there wasn't a main character in the whole movie.
But T'Challa Jr. We get T'Challa Jr.
I feel
I'm having a stroke trying to explain this.
Kachawala.
His son.
Ironheart?
Oh God, no!
Riri?
I don't like Riri.
I feel
Why
like-
are all these kids suddenly on the level of
I
nuclear
know. Where
physicists?
were they during these Avengers?
Like,
times?
why are you so
They
smart?
were in the womb.
You're a kid.
They were
you
in the
should
womb.
not be.
It's the
this smart.
GMOs they're adding to our food.
No, you're thinking of Logan.
Oh yeah.
I kind of agree. There's like too many. We don't need every single possible Marvel character in existence to just appear now.
Where's Squirrel Girl?
Squirrel Girl. Give me Squirrel Girl. I would actually be happy with Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel Girl, played by Megan Fox.
Like, she's literally just a Deadpool.
No. Nicolas Cage.
Oh, yes.
No, they got to bring him back for Ghost Rider.
Dude.
Yeah.
Just make Ghost Rider canon.
I can't wait for Nicolas Cage.
Mike, what's your next one on
My
the list?
next one is... Okay, this one won't get me a lot of hate, I don't think. Ant-Man 1.
I liked Ant-Man 1.
It's boring. It's
Yeah.
so
Very
boring.
Bro,
boring.
you
It's
were,
so
you were the
boring.
first person to tell me about Ant-Man. You were excited about this movie.
And this was like when I was 12.
So what,
What
your taste
happened?
changed in between 12 and what,
That's
15?
that's normal, yes. For taste to change as you get older. It's boring, it's uninteresting, and I will always, until I die on the hill that Hank Pym should have been Ant-Man and not
Yes.
Scott Lang.
He was,
Yes.
he was Ant-Man.
But he should have been the main Ant-Man.
Would you be happy
was.
if they made a, let's say a prequel with Hank Pym as Ant-Man?
Not anymore.
Do you not like Hank Pym now?
No, I like Hank Pym, but it's just like, oh wow, let's go back to the 40s.
The thing is,
Woo.
I think that would be pretty cool, actually. Like, seeing
I
him
would-
in the war.
I would love that. I would really enjoy that. The problem is Michael Douglas is like 90 and has cancer, so...
Oh, I didn't know he had cancer.
yeah, that's what...
He's had cancer for like 10 years.
I guess he's just going to keep going. He'll probably die of old age before the cancer, if he's had it for that long.
The What If Ant-Man's the best one.
It is the best one, yeah.
Yeah.
Where, have you seen What If Ant-Man?
Which one
Where
is this?
Where he's
Hank
the
goes
head?
crazy and kills all the Avengers?
Oh, yeah, I did see that. That was really bizarre. I like Ron Paul.
What?
No, wait, not Ron Paul. I take that back. I don't like Ron Paul.
Hold on. We just got political here.
I don't-
Hold on.
Why did I think of him as Ron Paul?
Oh, hold on.
What's his real name?
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd.
Dude, hear me out.
I don't like Ron Paul.
Ron Paul. No, never mind. No, not even Ron Paul. Paul Ryan as the next Ant-Man.
Where's Ron Perlman?
Ron Perlman?
I thought something was wrong as it was leaving my mouth. I'm like, wait a minute.
Ron Pearl for Ant-Man.
I like the original actor for the Ant-Man they put in the
Whoever that man may be.
I thought
It's
he
Ron Paul!
Could you imagine like someone screaming that in the theater, like as he's revealed? It's Ron Paul.
Dude, next Avengers movie. We have to do
Ron
it.
Where's the
Paul is
multiverse?
Ant-Man.
We all just have to scream Ron Paul.
Let's do it. Whatever the next Ant-Man movie... They're probably done with the Ant-Man movies. Thor was like the only exception where he doesn't get just the trilogy and gets a fourth one. Which they butchered.
Ron Paul will be back. He'll be back.
Ron Paul will return.
I want to see that at the end of the movie. Ron Paul will return.
I gotta turn this into a YouTube short now.
Please Photoshop Ron Paul into
I will. That's exactly what I was thinking.
AI a picture of Ron Paul. as
I'm
Ant-Man.
actually
Ron Paul is Ant-Man. He's the Hank Pym we didn't get.
one we didn't deserve.
I'm
No,
gonna
he's the one we did deserve.
I'm gonna reface Ron Paul into an Ant-Man real quick.
Do that later. We're in the middle
It's
of
Zach's
it.
turn. I just finished mine, Ant-Man 1, so Zach,
Okay.
it's your turn.
Oh my god. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
Okay.
Yep, fair point. Anything you want to add to that one?
I think it was just a waste of time.
I agree.
I think that they thought that if they just threw in random cameos for a little bit, that we would go, wow, this is a good movie. But it just didn't work.
It was just disappointing. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, this could have been what you got. Killed immediately.
It's like the State Farm fisherman. Oh,
Oh my, gotta be quicker.
You gotta be quicker than that.
It was a waste of time.
It was. It
And
was
also, why does Captain Carter last longer than literally everyone else?
because she's a woman and they want to embrace that with the new
And they were just like, we just sliced her in half. Why?
technically, the Black Captain Marvel survived the longest.
That is.
Well,
No, I thought it was. Oh wait, you're
Well,
right. You're right.
She might have, but
She
she also
might
died
still-
the stupidest way. It was
Well,
like
she had a
you get
statue fall on her.
crushed.
Let,
Yeah.
let me tell you, this is the original post-credit scene was supposed to be John Krasinski's Mr. Fantastic sitting in a chair taking notes on the footage. So, and
That
one-
would have been cool. I would have liked.
Yeah.
One thing I really hated about that movie is how there was no effort for, like, Doctor Strange didn't seem very heroic because he
He was
didn't
just running
seem,
the whole time.
he didn't seem to care about all these people that died.
He didn't know them.
But still, heroes are supposed to care about people.
I don't think he saw.
He was just
Yeah.
like, all of my
He was
people are
fighting
dying.
Mordo.
Let me
Mordo
protect
lived.
this child.
So my theory is, since Mordo lived, my theory is Mordo was able to bring them all back somehow.
I feel like the third movie was supposed to be like a lead up to Mordo, or the second movie, I mean. And they
'Cause we all
decided
thought
not. They
yeah,
decided
Mordo.
not to go that route for whatever the reason. Like they changed directors halfway through. It's like, I'd rather this be a horror movie, and then they just butchered it. And now I kind of don't want a Doctor Strange 3 because how the
Unless
second
you
one
do
ended up.
Nightmare, and Nightmare's not just making jokes about how he like
like
gonna
they
tickle
meant
you in your sleep.
I feel like they missed the opportunity for Nightmare. I feel like it's gone. Like that was your chance.
Yeah.
And now you're ruined.
Yep.
That's how I view it.
It should have been Dormammu.
Yes. Well, no, he was the first villain.
No, it doesn't count because it should have been Mordo and Dormammu working together.
They made a
Okay,
bargain.
yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
They made a bargain.
Together.
I've come to bargain.
Raisin, your next one?
Doctor
Fifth?
Strange 2.
Okay. Anything you want to add on that?
It sucked.
Very
You know,
profound.
I'm surprised you said that because like when we came out of the theater, I
when
was
I
like,
first saw it, I'm like, okay, yeah. And then I saw it again, I'm like, now wait a minute. It usually takes the second time through for me to realize. my
okay,
true
because you were really
feelings for it.
excited when you came out of that theater.
I
I was
just
like,
love Wanda.
I was like, and you were like, and Mike said that was a horrible movie. I'm like, I kind of agree with Mike.
I wouldn't say it's like horrible.
I remember
mean,
you called me
There's worse
I
movies.
called you?
when the movie because you saw it like I think it was like a Thursday.
Yeah, I saw it because I was so excited for it. I had to see it right
like,
away.
listen,
Yeah.
if I had any affection towards Charles Xavier, I'd probably hate it as much as Mike. But I don't, so.
I love Charles, man. Charles fixes
Charles
Dude,
dying
I'm not
had
even-
no effect on me.
I'm not even that attached to Charles. I just did not like
It's
how
like the
it
fourth
was.
time we've seen him die.
I'm just not interested in like throwaway characters. I don't like that. I don't like presenting a character just to kill them off immediately.
I'm like, they're not in my universe, I don't care.
But like, I still don't like that. It was just a waste of potential, in my opinion. And I feel like John Krasinski did not like his role, and he's like, I don't want to be Fantastic Four anymore.
I
thought he
liked
I feel like that's what happened.
it. Everyone liked his role.
I mean, he was great as Reed Richards.
He looked.
Until he spoke, and then the smartest man got killed immediately because of something he said.
Mm-hmm. Turned into string cheese.
Exactly. All right, my next one. Did I say Black Widow already?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Captain Marvel. For all the reasons I mentioned previously, I don't need to go too much in detail on that.
I
So,
like
Mike,
how
we
we're
can go
all
to your
kinda
next
having
one.
the same
My
ones
next
except for
one-
Zach.
So what?
I like being different.
My
I like
next
how
one.
we have like the same sucky ones, and then Zach's over here, and then Michael with his Thor Ragnarok.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I'll allow it.
I actually liked that movie.
I did too.
I thought it was really funny. Like,
Yeah.
and like it's supposed to be funny going in, so you can't really get your hopes up of. I wish Ant-Man was more serious.
Yeah, like, but Anthony, like,
Anthony, yes.
like that was the saddest death in the entire MCU. Like,
I thought Ghost was pretty cool, and she wasn't like a hateable villain. It just kind of made sense. I liked her powers at least.
and Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne was underused. Walton Goggins was underused.
Who was he comparing sizes with?
Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh, yeah, that
Lawrence
guy.
Fishburne should have gone big and did something.
No, he's like what 78 in that movie.
No
Like,
excuses.
he doesn't. Yeah, he does. I don't even think he has a suit anymore that can fit him. Like, and like I like the part where his suit is constantly glitching, and he ends up like halfway in between like full adult size.
That was
and,
kind
like,
of funny.
he ended up looking like a child, and he had to like
Yeah.
run away from the teacher. Like that was
pretty
hilarious.
funny.
I love
Yeah.
Hey, champ, how was school?
that. Shut up.
Like, we got some juice boxes. He's like,
Oh.
do you really have that?
I don't know. I just don't like Ant-Man. I find him boring.
I hate that you say that because like
Poor Ron Paul.
he's one of my favorite heroes. I think it used to be Thor. I don't even know if Thor is my favorite character anymore. Because he had so much character development, and it's like, hey, let's throw that away and just make him a gag.
You're gonna let one movie ruin 3.
Yes. Well, not just 3, like 5. He had so much character development in Infinity War, Endgame, like big character development.
He's been like 10.
He lost his brother, his mother, his father. He lost
His
his brother.
friend.
He lost his brother multiple times. He lost his
Heimdall.
ex. He gave up on life. He grew a beer gut.
Oh yeah, now I got a controversial one for you
Oh,
boys.
boy.
A very, very controversial one. I might have to fight all of you after this one.
I will fight to the death if it's
Endgame.
what a. Yep, I knew you were gonna say Endgame.
I
Why did
walked
you hate
out of that
Endgame?
movie and I was so pissed.
You walked at what part did you walk out at?
I didn't walk out of it, but like at the end of the movie, when the movie was done, I walked out and I was so mad.
Why were you upset?
Okay.
This ain't a movie to get upset about.
So the whole like Doctor Strange being like, "There's only one way. You have to kill yourself."
No,
he didn't say that.
First off,
He didn't say that. It was like 1 out of 40,000 possibilities.
No, it was 14 million.
14
yeah, there's only one where we win.
Yes.
And you have to kill yourself.
only out of that 14 million.
Instead of supposedly Captain Marvel being able to snap her fingers with the
Wait a
Infinity
minute!
Gauntlet and living, if she's supposedly
Did he
supposed
only
to
look
be,
at his universe?
He was looking at multiverses.
yeah.
And here's a theory. The way the way it works in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is all the universes are like imagine them as strings, and then you have a string underneath it that's like slightly altered. He was looking at a bunch where if you start going down that
You're
direction,
telling me he didn't look at the one from Doctor Strange 2? Where they beat Thanos in that one?
he
Well,
was
they had
he didn't-
Charles. They couldn't have done it without Charles.
That's true. And no Mr. Fantastic.
No, because that was too altered of a timeline. What I'm saying is, like, imagine all the events that happened, but, like, Ant-Man decides to, like, pick his nose in one of those possibilities. Okay? Just a very small difference. If you go that direction, yeah, it makes sense. There's only, like, there's 144 million where, you know, it doesn't make that
he
much
is only
difference.
looking at like 616 different like branches type thing.
Yeah, he was looking at a bunch where it was, like, slightly altered. And you gotta remember, there's an infinite amount of multiverses. Okay? So if you compare that, it's almost like saying 1 in a quadrillion.
Well, and see, here's the thing. Like, first off, Ant-Man could have gone with Thanos' butt.
Oh my god.
We'd have solved that.
No, that wouldn't have happened, right? Because here's why: the pressure from Thanos'
He
anal
explained it.
cavity
He
would not
explained
have,
it.
Yes, the pressure from the anal cavity would not have been able to be overcome by Ant-Man.
They could have
is true.
done War Machine's method, gone back in time, killed baby Thanos.
That's not how it works.
Okay.
They
They
explained that in the
explained
movie.
that.
they could have used the Doctor Strange method that they did in Infinity War.
You want
Just
a ball
cut
game?
Thanos' hand off.
Listen, if they did that, if they went back in time and just did exactly the things you would do, that would only happen in another multiverse timeline. So when they return to the present, everything remains the same.
But they could have chopped Thanos' hand off.
Yeah, for another multiverse they don't care about.
No, they
Or,
could.
oh, you're talking about in present.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant...
when they were fighting him in Endgame.
I thought you were still talking about going back in
he
time.
already did that with that one monster in Infinity War.
I do kind of agree
He
with
can't
that.
do it again.
So he could go cut his arm off.
Technically, that was Wong.
Wanda was already getting ready to kill him, but oh no, you rain fire
You
or
do.
whatever, and then all of a sudden Wanda becomes incapacitated.
Of course.
Okay, Thor
'Cause she
could
got
have
boomed.
used the gauntlet. Thor would have lived. Like, there's other characters that could have used the gauntlet and would have lived, but you had to use the only literal human that's there.
The Hulk?
The Hulk's not human, technically. And Hulk had already used it. So it's like the Hulk was kind of incapacitated. And also, Hulk sucks in that movie.
Well,
It's true.
Professor.
Professor
Professor
Hulk
Hulk.
is so weak.
I like Professor Hulk, though. And he does trade away a lot of his bronze for brains. That's kind of the whole gimmick. Trying to, like, find an even 50-50.
Hulk should have beat Thanos.
I don't think he should be that smart and that strong at the same
Well,
time.
he did not.
They purposely did that to show how much of a threat Thanos was.
Because at that time, we're talking about Infinity War now. Yeah.
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 When he beat the crap out of Hulk. Well,
Yeah.
he already had the Power Stone at that point.
Pretty much everything you mentioned was an Infinity War. So why is Endgame lower than Infinity War on your list?
Because they killed Iron Man in the stupidest way possible.
Well, he knew.
I thought that was the best way to kill Iron Man.
They didn't kill him. He killed himself.
He sacrificed himself. There is a big poetic like story there.
You didn't need to sacrifice Iron Man.
Yes, you did.
No, you didn't.
I'll explain why. At the beginning of the
Because his
Avengers,
contract was up.
'Cause he
That's
liked
why
cheeseburgers.
you needed
at the
to
beginning
do
of
it.
at the beginning of the original Avengers movie of the MCU, the whole thing is Captain America says, "You're not the one to make a sacrifice play," and the whole thing with Captain America and Iron Man believes that Captain America only cares about everybody else. I forget how he phrases it, but Captain America cares for everybody else except himself. Iron Man cares about only himself, and at the end of Endgame, Captain America makes a selfish decision for himself, and Iron Man sacrifices himself for everyone. They totally reversed it.
Cap
that
should
was
not have
planned
done
from the
that.
very
And
beginning.
The whole Captain America thing was so stupid too, because it was like,
What? He finally cared about himself for
I'm
once.
glad he's gone.
He finally made a decision that only impacts him.
you
He
win
hasn't done that the entire MCU.
after making out with his niece or his like girlfriend's niece or whatever. He's just like, you know what? Maybe I should go find her aunt again, because like you just don't cut it.
First of all, it was her grandma.
Huh?
Second of all,
Wow. Wowzers.
Wait, huh? I thought
Like, why are you just looking at Google images of Ant-Man?
I am trying to
that's
make this
not
work.
Paul Ryan.
Like, put this away. Join the conversation. You can look at Ant-Man later and your weird self-hate.
No, I'm trying to
Real
Photoshop.
Michael has a picture of Paul Rudd on his mirror when he walks out. He goes, "You suck."
You're not the Hank Pym I wanted.
You're not Hank.
And then he has Hank Pym right by his door. He goes, "I love you." As he walks out.
He just has a little prayer card of
Why are you looking at
Ron Paul.
You've been doing this for like 10 minutes. Put it away.
He's got like a Pokemon card of
Ron Paul.
Ron Paul.
It could have been you. It's in his wallet right now.
That's the Paul Rudd we deserve.
I don't have a lot
For
to say.
every election, he just writes in Ron Paul.
Oh man, I remember when I turned 18, I did write in Ron Paul for everything.
Oh my god, did you really?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
not everything, but like a lot of things.
Class president.
Yeah, it was really weird.
No, I like Endgame. I think that was poetic justice, and I'll agree with you on one thing. When I realized that their initial fix involved time travel, I was slightly disappointed. That's the only thing that really disappointed me about that movie. Oh, and another thing that kind of just disappointed me was all the women here are in the exact same spot to do a quick women movement.
How did they get there?
Yeah, that felt
That's
really...
the A
They
team.
walked.
That felt really pushed. I'm like, so
It's their women intuition.
to
They
just
just all got to the same spot.
Yeah, they're like
somehow.
a group of women is gathering over here.
a gaggle of women.
it's like it just
I
doesn't
need
feel
to use
natural. Like
I need
if
to
you
use gaggle more. My next one?
Yeah, your next one. Let's keep going.
I already said Doctor Strange 2, yes?
Yes.
Ah, yes. This one's gonna be fun. Maybe. I hope it will. My next suck one is the first.
I'm sorry.
He likes the word suck.
Suck.
Sook. My next one on the suck.
I hope you weren't doing that the whole time. Now the audio's gonna be wobbling back and forth.
It is the first Captain America.
You know, I like the first
I
Captain
liked
America.
I liked the first one.
First
yeah.
one's good.
I did
It's
not.
the best of the three.
It is the best of the
That
three.
is
Yeah.
a topic that I do not want to have with you.
Because you're wrong.
I'm just not.
I liked this origin story and like the fact that it takes place in
And they're killing Nazis. Like, what is not to like about that?
yeah, like
Are you a Nazi?
Yeah.
Buddy, you can't say that.
He asked a question.
Oh, you can't answer it.
It's not okay to lie either.
Oh my gosh.
In this case, it is.
am I gonna have to censor that so you don't get like
The title
10
of the
years
video,
from now,
Jason's
like-
a Nazi.
I found a video where Raisin said he's a Nazi 10 years ago.
If someone looks 10
Now you
years,
can't run for
If
president.
someone, oh no. I'm assuming America's already gonna be dead in 10 years.
You're not wrong.
I did not like the first Captain America. I thought
Why?
that was boring. I don't remember a lot about the first Captain America other than the
Red Skull.
Yeah, the red dude held the cube and he got sucked off into oblivion.
Bucky falls off a train.
Oh yeah, he did do that too.
I laughed.
I liked when they showed why did you laugh?
Because I hate Bucky. Bucky is
But
like
you
my...
hated Bucky in the first movie?
I hated him in the first one because he's just like, come on, you little asthmatic little let's go. Let's go fight a war. And you're like, bro, this guy is going to die. Like, what are you doing?
I don't know. I liked the first Captain America.
I did not.
Captain Asthmatic, the first inhaler. Like, that's just the plot of that movie.
I don't know. I just didn't like it. I think I watched it for the first time 5 years after it came out.
I think I did. I know I didn't watch it until after the first Avengers.
I think I watched it with my parents for the first time because my stepmom's like all into like old stuff, so like World War II. Watching that, I think I got up and walked away because I'm like, I'm bored. I'm gonna go play games.
I liked that it was not set in the present day. I need more Marvel movies to not be set in the present day.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's why I liked it more so than a bunch of other origin movies on my list.
And I thought it was cool that we got to see Howard Stark and
Oh yeah, he wasn't there.
Stanley Tucci.
yeah, Stanley too. He was.
Yeah.
that was him.
I know this was an older movie, so they really couldn't do this, but it would have been cool to see him fighting side by side with Hank Pym.
That would have been cool.
Imagine if it was a team-up movie, even like that far back.
I would have loved that.
That would have been
Sign me
so
up.
cool.
Dude, my dream movie is a World War II movie where Logan and Captain America break Magneto out of Auschwitz. That would be my dream
It's a
movie
very
right
specific movie. I guess that happened in the comics.
there. Yeah.
Okay. It's just a random idea you had.
Well, because Magneto's like a little kid when the Holocaust is happening.
Right.
But at that point, Captain America and Wolverine are both in World War II doing stuff. And I just would love that. You have like Magneto being experimented on, trying to break out, and then Wolverine and Captain America killing Nazis.
I would be a pretty cool movie.
So something funny about the first Captain America. So one of the
whole script.
So there was a family in my youth group, and
That's hilarious.
the mom hated Captain America and told everybody in the group, don't let your kids watch Captain
Oh my
America.
god, why? It's not satanic.
It's a terrible movie. You know why?
Why?
Because it played with history. And
Oh
Captain
my
America
God.
wasn't in World War II, therefore we should not watch it because it's changed.
What?
It's trying to like do a revisionist
It's trying to
version
erase
of
our
history.
history.
Yep.
That is the stupidest thing
Yeah,
I've ever
no.
heard.
Well,
I am.
Does she
blown
know it's
away.
based off a comic book?
Oh, don't tell her about that.
What? Did you know comic books aren't accurate?
Wait till
to
she finds out
reality?
about Mouse, the comic.
You telling me Captain America didn't
Wait a
smack
minute.
the crap out of Hitler?
You mean the Jews were not mice?
No.
Are you talking?
Yeah, Mouse.
Mouse.
Yeah.
I love Mouse. It's a very disturbing book, but I love it.
Really is.
It is. The cops were pigs. Literally.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought that was the Russians.
No, the Germans.
All
were
right, let's move off the Jews.
You've never read Mouse, have you?
No,
I had to read it in
not
college.
Red House.
I did too. No,
No,
Mouse.
not house. Mouse.
Mouse.
It's
I
like a
guess.
parallel for the Holocaust.
Mickey Mouse, House of Mouse.
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
House of Villains.
Dude, House of Mouse needs to come back.
What about House of Villains?
That was one episode for like half an episode.
No, that was a movie.
No.
Was it a movie?
Yeah,
no, it was
I had
half
it-
an episode.
I had it on DVD.
I remember it lasting only
He
like
had a
20
10-minute
minutes.
clip on DVD. He watched it over and over again.
It's like a movie if I keep watching it.
Every Easter he watched it.
Every Easter. That's my
I'm
passion.
gonna
of
look
Christ.
that up now. Because I remember House of Villains, but I don't remember it being a full-on movie.
Jafar.
House of Villains lengths.
Yeah, no, I remember that being a thing, but I don't remember much about it.
Whoa, it was actually an hour and 10 minutes.
Boom!
You were just off by an hour.
Well, my guess was 20 minutes.
Movies back then weren't that long.
I didn't think that was a movie. I thought it was just an episode.
Yeah, but
Well, what did they do the whole time? They played shorts in between, like, the actual, like, thing happening, right?
mm-hmm.
I don't call that a movie. Like,
Well, it was. It was on DVD.
my next slot is Iron Man 2.
Boo!
Yeah.
You disagree with me,
I
Mike?
disagree with you.
Okay.
You
why?
disagree?
I like the Iron Man movies.
But
I
Iron Man
liked-
2 sucked a lot of booty.
I liked Iron Man 2.
Tell me the
Two's
name of the
good.
villain.
Whiplash.
Okay, I'm surprised you were able to remember.
Justin Hammer.
Like, I just didn't think it was that... It's not as good as other Marvel movies.
I would watch Iron Man 2 over any Thor movie.
Well, you're wrong.
yeah,
I mean,
kinda-
I disagree with you on that. I like
Well,
Iron Man too, though.
It was weird because I was like, I'd watch it over Iron Man, or not, I'd watch it over Thor 4.
Where the heck did I put Iron Man 2? Because that one sucked. Oh, it's not far.
I don't know. I feel like there's not a lot to talk about because the movie itself isn't a lot to talk about. It was just kind of like the MCU needed more Iron Man movies just so they could make money, so they could make the MCU happen. So they released the first 3 Iron Mans like as fast as possible just so they could make a budget for themselves. But I don't think that
Iron
necessarily
Man
makes
2
them
came
good.
out after The Incredible Hulk.
It has been 10 years since Iron Man 3 released.
That is
That's-
crazy to think about.
Hurts.
I don't. Like I said, there's just not a lot to talk about there, so I'm gonna move on to the next one. Mike.
My next one is...
He just said this. Oh, wait, no. Who said Iron Man 2?
I said Iron Man.
Oh.
My next one is Age of Ultron.
Brother, why?
Very similar reasons to what Zach had said earlier. It's the worst Avengers movie. It spends way too much time trying to set up other projects. The inclusion of Quicksilver was silly. He died very sillily.
Oh yeah, they shot him with bullets.
Yeah.
I do.
Twice.
I do agree that he didn't deserve to die from that. That's like a Doctor Strange 2.
I did like
decision.
it when, like, he ran through, like, the police firing line and, like, the police dude, he was all like, "Cease fire!"
It would-
And then, like, a little deputy went, and then, like, grazed his arm. He goes, "Man."
It was like spoiling what was about to happen.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, foreshadowing. Like,
And something...
what? It would have been better if he made a sacrifice play.
He did.
He saved Hawkeye.
And a little child.
Why didn't he push Hawkeye out of the way?
I think he pushed a vehicle.
Maybe if he pushed him out of the way, it would have killed Hawkeye and the child.
Yeah. Ultron was also ruined because Ultron was supposed to have been built by
James
Hank
Spader.
Pym. Did it very well. Did a very good job.
He did a very great
Ultron
job.
was supposed to have been built by Hank Pym. That's just a fact of life.
It was Hank and Tony Stark.
Yeah, but it's not. I
It
know.
was just 50%.
Since Ultron was made by Tony, it makes sense that Ultron acts more like Tony. But
Of course.
I can't picture him having some of Hank Pym's personality.
Vision's terrible in that movie too.
no, Vision's good.
I like
Vision
held
the
just
hammer.
shows up and it's just like, oh yeah, you're this like almighty character, and then they never
Mhm.
do anything else with him.
He
He fought in the Civil War.
kissed Wanda.
That's Vision
kissed
is
Wanda.
a child. Like
Well,
he's
yeah,
like
he was born
3,
immediately.
He was born yesterday.
literally.
But he looks like a man. It's fine.
Well, what's your next one, Zach?
Oh, my next one. Oh, I'm about ready to make some more people mad with this one.
God.
Gotta be Infinity War.
Huh? No, I actually love Infinity War.
Oh, why? You
I-
chose Infinity. You like Infinity War, but hated Endgame.
Yes.
What was the things that you hated about Endgame were things you mentioned in Infinity War.
Thanos won.
And that was really good.
I liked that.
That's what
I
makes it good.
Loved that. Actually.
Also, Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Mm.
Mainly because I hate Bucky.
Oh
Bucky
my
is the
God.
worst Marvel character that has ever
Bruh,
existed.
he doesn't. He barely talks in that movie.
He has done so many war crimes that they're just blaming it on like
So is
PTSD.
Wanda.
Yeah, and I hate Wanda too.
Bucky was like mind controlled when he did these war
Yeah.
crimes.
Train.
I
Homecoming.
don't care.
And he hates that he did it.
Doesn't matter. Bucky's the worst character. And I
hope you
will
get
die on that hill.
I hope you get hypnotized and kill a bunch of people and then feel bad about it.
on that hill.
Go ahead.
And I'm gonna say I don't care that you killed a bunch of people and you regret it.
Good. Bucky's still
Because
the
you
worst
want to know why? Because
character.
you are annoying.
He killed Tony's parents.
Yeah, he killed Tony's parents.
Is that why you didn't like it? Because he was annoying in the first movie?
Well,
Is
that
that
was
what you
in
said?
Civil War.
Going out here with Captain Asthmatic. Yeah, no, we ain't doing that here,
I was
Bucky.
gonna say,
In
I didn't
Winter
like it because you were
Soldier, I
asthmatic.
did not like how they kept teasing Nick Fury's death and then didn't kill him.
And
What do you mean how they kept teasing it?
What?
Man got shot.
He should have died.
And let's not forget about
Bruh,
Crossbones.
no, you can't kill off Nick Fury.
That would have been the perfect time to kill him.
I think he wanted. No.
But what about Secret Invasion?
Secret.
Secret Invasion? Looks like it's gonna be good.
No, it's not.
I'm iffy about it.
Well, so did everything else.
That is true.
Everything else looked like it was
They're
gonna
really
be
good at marketing these things.
Yep.
I am not excited for the new Miss Marvel movie. Is that what it's called?
The Marvels. It looks-
Although at least Brie Larson looks like she took acting classes this time.
I don't think so. Because like when I was watching the trailer, I'm like, she looks like she's acting like an actor that's trying to act.
she just looks annoyed that she's there.
Like to me, like her
To be
acting.
fair, if I got teleported randomly throughout my day to someone else, I think I'd be pretty annoyed as
But
well.
would you be like, what's going on?
If it was in a room
Like,
full of
that's
my
how-
picture, probably.
It's like, whoa, guys,
Take it easy, man.
whoa,
Like-
chill out, bruh.
It just didn't feel real to me.
Cowabunga, dude.
Like I felt like the child did better acting in that trailer than Brie
Also,
Larson
it
did.
spoils Secret Invasion because you know Nick Fury's not going to die in Secret Invasion now
How do you know?
because he was in the Marvels trailer.
Maybe that comes
Was
up.
he supposed to die in Secret Invasion?
I was thinking he would die in Secret Invasion.
Why do you want him to die so badly?
He's got to die at some point.
You were the guy.
what kind of logic is that?
You were
Who
the guy.
says it has to be in the timeline after Secret Invasion?
Why can't we say he dies of old age?
No, you can't just write him off.
Maybe
of
the
old
cat will
age.
kill him this
I
time.
was
He'll be
gonna
like,
say.
oh no, death.
One claw is for blindness.
What movie were we talking about before we got
The
sidetracked?
Winter Soldier.
Oh, Winter Soldier.
The reason why it's bad is because
You agree with him?
I don't think it's as great as everyone thinks. The
It's
action scenes
very
are really good.
overrated.
I love the fight scenes.
I like the
What about Crossbones? Remember how cool he is in the comics, and they just don't ever use him?
They used him in Civil War.
No, they don't. He dies in 5 minutes.
Fun fact.
But they used him.
That actor signed like a 7 or 8 picture contract. only
Crossbones
for-
did?
He did.
Yeah.
And then when they killed him off, he was furious because he.
They lied to him
They
about
did.
what their plans were for him.
They
Was he going to be like one of the main villains?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Bro, that would have been cool actually.
Because he was
Yeah.
signed on for about 7 films, and then when they killed him, he was so mad.
Why didn't he walk away?
He did. He didn't have an option.
Well, he made the movie and then he walked away.
He signed a contract that said, basically these contracts that you sign in Marvel, they say, they don't tell you what movies. They just say, okay, you are liable to appear in this amount of films.
I guess it makes sense because I would want a actor that I know I could bring back like so many times.
But the problem is, if you exceed that, then they have to sign a new contract. Or you have to kill him.
yeah.
So you can't abuse it too much.
So he was thinking he'd be like a really major important character, and then they just kill him in the second movie he's in.
Yep.
He did come back.
He's not coming.
He did come back in Endgame.
Is the contract still valid or is he done now? Because
I
they could be like, hey, here he is from another multiverse.
I think it is still valid because he did have to show up for Endgame.
He was in Endgame?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right, for the flashback sequence.
Elevator scene.
Yeah.
And so was Robert Redford. I don't know how they got him in Endgame, but they did somehow.
It had to have been a 2-picture deal.
Yeah, because I did not expect to ever see him in these things again.
He was such a random person to put
Yeah.
in these movies.
Wait, who was this?
The director of S.H.I.E.L.D. from Winter
The
Soldier.
bald dude?
No, the
No,
the
Robert
really old
Redford.
guy.
I don't know who that is.
Robert Redford.
Oh, the
The Hunt
senator?
for Red October.
The senator?
No, what else was he in?
The Hunt for Red October.
He was in that.
Wasn't he?
Yeah,
That's not an
no, that
MCU
was Sean
movie.
Connery. Right? I don't know. I've never
Sean
seen The Hunt for
Connery.
Red October.
Yeah.
He was the really old guy in Winter Soldier who was in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Who was also Hydra.
Yeah, and he was also in Endgame.
So he wasn't the senator.
You mean the senator from Iron Man?
No, not the senator from Iron Man.
I think you mean the general.
No, not the. I'm gonna pull up a photo.
Not you. I was talking to him. I think he might have been thinking about the general.
No, not General Ross.
Thunderbolt?
No, not the. No.
This character.
Yeah!
Yeah, what?
Yeah, he's like, well, I want Iron Man to swing by my daughter's birthday party. And not just a flyby, he's got to mingle. That guy. That guy. Yeah?
I remember that scene, but
Yeah?
you unlocked it for me.
Oh man.
Not just a flyby. He has to show up and mingle.
He's got to mingle.
And then he actually does.
Yeah, he did.
I like that scene. Raisin, what's your next one?
The first Thor.
Dude, I love the first Thor.
You just said you hated all the Thor movies.
No, I said I prefer Iron Man over all the Thors, but the first Thor is, in my opinion, the best Thor.
Another!
Ooh.
It's actually...
I do like that scene.
Yeah, it's a great scene.
I think it was a cool, like...
My favorite part of the first Thor movie is when he walks into the pet shop and he's like, I need a horse!
My favorite part
That's
is
what I love that. I love that movie because of those scenes, though.
is when he's fighting Loki and Loki's like, "You can't stop me," and then he puts the hammer on him.
Yeah.
My favorite scene from the first Thor is when they dye Chris Hemsworth's eyebrows.
Oh, they did do that, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I was wondering why he
So
looked so
blonde.
different in that
His
movie.
eyebrows are a different color.
Why did they dyed him? Why did they dye
I
him?
assume, like, what else would they
A
do?
wig?
He-
Eyebrow wig?
Is that a
Eyebrow
thing?
wig?
It's like they didn't dye his eyebrows in the comics, did they? Did he have blonde eyebrows?
Just
Thor
Stan
act-
Lee's just like in his room, just like, he's gotta have white eyebrows.
Let me tell you, Thor actually feels like a hero in that movie. Because he walks...
Most of the movie, he isn't a hero, though.
But he feels like a hero. There's actual depth to his character. He starts off as, some arrogant, whiny person, and then he becomes a hero. I love it.
I like it, too. I'm not disagreeing with you, Mike. That movie's a lot higher up on my list.
What's your next one?
My next one is... Let's see...
Also, how long have we been recording?
An hour 33.
Wow, that far already? We haven't even got to our 15. Might have to end it here soon.
Well, let's go around one more time.
Let's see. The next one is Dark World for me.
Oh!
Why did that one hurt you? That was.
I love the Dark
There's no
World.
secret. This movie's like really low tier.
I loved it.
There's a lot of positives in it. All the stuff with Loki is great. The stuff with the Ether is not great. And Malekith is not great. But all the stuff with Loki is great.
I was not invested in the villain. I liked some of the fights were really cool. I liked Loki. I like the team up moment with Loki where they're escaping and he's like, congratulations, you decapitated your father or great grandfather. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
The statue. I like those parts, but a lot of the movie is just so forgetful for me.
I liked...
You really have to have a good villain to make a good, movie.
I
in
feel
my
like the
opinion.
movie really just expanded on Loki a lot. And I liked that. And this is another reason why I don't like Ragnarok. In the ending of Thor 2, you have no idea what happens to Odin, and Loki is just randomly in charge of Asgard, and it's never explained.
Yeah, it's literally explained in Ragnarok.
It not explained the way I wanted it to be explained.
They explained it, I just didn't like it.
They could have explained it better.
Like, I
Used
don't...
more
They
sentences.
put Odin in a home, and me no likey.
Like, how does Loki do that? How does he just...
How does he put people in
Odin
homes?
was contempt.
Yeah, Odin was really not that powerful when
He
you
was
really
ready
get
to
down
die.
to it. Yeah, he just wanted to
Frida,
die.
she
Odin
calls
was
me.
so powerful that he stripped Thor away of all of his
Okay,
power.
Yeah, but like
Old age.
he made Thor, so it's like grounding him essentially
my
in God
next-
terms.
My next film... Black Widow.
Makes sense. Anything you want to add to that one?
I wish there had been more stuff with General Ross. And I really like the stuff with Yelena.
You mean Yelena?
Yelena, yeah. What I did
Yelena.
not like about the movie is how this woman who tortures kids is just suddenly let off the hook because she decided she doesn't want to torture kids anymore.
Development.
You can't just be let off the hook, though.
Well, she's joining like the fake Avengers that are like slightly bad.
Also, fun fact, Black Widow was the first time in the MCU that a mutant from the X-Men series was shown. You might not know this, it's very obscure. When the Red Guardian is in prison, one of the people he arm wrestles with is an X-Men character named Ursa Major, who has the mutant power to turn into a bear.
Why did he turn
Oh,
into a
yeah.
bear?
It was like an Easter egg.
But he doesn't do anything.
He's like Hulk,
You
but
could
a bear.
You could just say he's another, what, Richard Boner? What was his first name?
Ralph Boner.
Ralph Boner. You could just say he's another Ralph Boner. He wasn't an
Ralph
X-Men.
and Richard.
Unless I
Boner.
see that man turn into a bear, he is just a Ralph Boner.
They're such a cute couple, Ralph and Richard Boner.
Well, but yeah, Black Widow, Alright, Saki Poo.
Oh, mine's Black Widow too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The
same.
second one?
Huh? Oh.
Black Widow 2.
The sequel's so bad, they never made it.
It's off the list.
Well, technically,
Only
Black...
just because of Red Guardian. Why? It's higher than in
I like
the
Red
other
Guardian.
ones.
Yeah.
And I like Yelena too. Like, she was okay.
Also, the opening sequence for Black Widow is probably the best one in any Marvel
I
movie.
hate Taskmaster though.
Yeah,
I
that
hated
was-
that.
Yeah,
that was
they-
bad.
They really ruined that character. That could have been way better.
And the CGI, you know the part where like Yelena like kind of gets blown up and they like show her like getting like thrown across the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was so bad.
Yeah, I do remember that.
So bad. But Red Guardian makes up for it. Call me Captain America.
I was actually excited for Taskmaster too. I was
Yeah.
kind of
I
sad
was
about
too.
that. I guess it could have been worse. The costume was pretty on point, at least.
Costume looked good. But then it was a woman.
What about you, Raisin? This will be our last one for this video.
Ready to shock the world?
Not really.
Oh, it's just Iron Man 2.
Why?
'Cause
What's so
it's
bad?
bad.
It talks
My
about
main-
his struggles with alcoholism, his struggles with addiction. It's a
Michael.
character study.
Michael, when I can't remember what it was, but like me and my sister went through and watched all the Marvel movies in chronological order. Before I did that, I could not tell you a single thing about Iron Man 2.
Because it's a movie that requires you to have a deep understanding of yourself.
Whiplash,
No, you don't.
awful.
Whiplash was great. It was just like the comics. It was perfect.
Well,
That's
comics
what
suck.
you like. You don't care if it's boring or not. You
It
just want it
wasn't
to be like the
boring.
comics.
It
That's
was
it.
not boring.
Didn't like Tony like take part of his? He was in a drag race. Why was he racing?
Why not? He's
Why-
Tony Stark.
Why is he racing
Elon
drag?
Musk was in that movie.
Who?
Elon Musk.
Elongated musket.
Yeah, he is in that movie.
Yep.
He even had a speaking role. It's like, hey, have you been working on this? And Iron Man's like, yeah.
Like, who are you? No one knew who Elon Musk was in that movie.
Yeah, I didn't notice it until like the second time I went back and rewatched it. I'm like, whoa, he's in that movie.
It's like, who is this man?
They also changed the actor for War Machine.
I liked his first actor better.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not. He was too arrogant.
He didn't make any
Rhodey's
sense.
supposed to be arrogant.
Yeah,
No,
but
I
you
meant
gotta
like
see
him
War
as a
Machine in
person
the
is
movie.
arrogant.
Oh,
Like,
Don Cheadle's best performance as War Machine was in Iron Man 2. Everything since then, he just kind of phoned in.
I don't know. In Endgame, when he wants to kill baby Thanos, I think this man kind of has a point.
I did, yeah.
War Machine is the only
like him in
sensible
every,
character.
I like him in every movie.
Remember how he
Like,
got nominated for an Emmy for his 2-second appearance in Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
he was in that, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yep.
he got nominated for Best Guest Actor on a TV show.
guest actor? Like, there's so many. Well, when do you qualify like someone as a guest actor to the point where it's it's just a guest? Like, is it just like when he's in one movie? If he's in, or if it,
So I think the
one
official,
episode.
I think the official rules are someone who comes on for a period of time. It can be more than one episode, but it can't be like a recurring character. Like he's a temporary character.
There has to be a
I
limit
don't
on
know.
that because, like, what if he came in 2 episodes? Is he no longer a guest character? There's only like what 7 episodes.
He's recurring.
I don't know.
All right, that was our bottom of the tier list. The worst MCU movies. We're gonna have to. I thought we were gonna get through it a lot faster.
See, takes
than,
time, doesn't it?
I didn't realize. Well, your podcast episodes are shorter than these, so I thought
This is about total. We covered about as many as I did in my
yeah, but
first
you
two.
didn't. You
There's
weren't
4
one.
of us.
You
There were
weren't
3 of
1
us
hour and
before.
40
Yeah.
minutes in, and only like 1/3 of the list.
We're gonna rekindle friendships.
Yep.
What?
Next time we're gonna talk about more
We're not
MCU
friends.
movies, but
We're
not
not
the
friends.
absolute
We're not
worst.
friends right now.
Why not?
Because you said Ragnarok.
You said Iron Man.
Well, the Iron Man 2.
Iron
Yeah,
Man 2 is great.
It's good.
It's not.
Notice Iron Man started getting bad when they got rid of Jon Favreau.
It's true. Let me tell you something right now. The only good... There's 2. There's only 2 good trilogies in the MCU, where all 3 of them are good. It's Iron Man and
Incorrect.
Guardians.
That's correct.
I do like Guardians.
Guardians is good.
Guardians is perfect.
It's gonna be a long time before I talk about Guardians.
Yeah,
right now.
for me too.
It's gonna be
Anyway,
a minute.
guys, we'll see you later in the next video.
Oh,
Bye.
bye.
But